no, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me. I hope it got all that shit. Oh no. Well, hello everybody. Oops. So we may or may not have had 2 interviews with Chaotic Robotics and the Blackbird guys, and we thought we were live, and it turns out we weren't live. So that's really fun. That being said, I think we've been recording it, so that's good to know. So when this video does go out, the whole thing will be there because it does say we've been recording for 21 minutes. So that's good to know. I do apologize for that. I'm still new at this, can't you tell? But we're here now. We just talked to the Fillibuster guys. They ran us through the round 1 matchup. They ran us through their losers bracket matchup. We saw that they have beaten Sea Dragon's Roar. That's a pretty big matchup for them to win. We're happy for them to get that victory. I'm joined here with Ethan from Broken Gears Robotics. We're just hanging out here talking about the Norwalk Havoc event, bouncing around from various competitions. I believe MRCA is just starting. The UK event's still in the thick of things, but here in the heavyweight class, we have some updates here. Looks like Pneumatic has been added back to the bracket, but Whole Hog nowhere to be seen in this now. Don't know what's going on with them, but we do have a bit of an upset here. Mad Catter, aka Havoc Catter, at this event has lost what is likely a judge's decision to Little Pip Resurrected. Can't wait to see the footage for this because Little Pip Resurrected, a robot that was pretty much a job robot back in 2016, and it's only event at Robo Games that year. Coming over here to be the BattleBots All-Star, that's a pretty shocking news to see. We're waiting info on some of these other matches. Looks like they haven't had too many as we have refreshed all these brackets. Here we go. Warhard XL did fight Spiky Steven, and Cannibal Mini did fight 3-pound bracket. We've been discussing this a little bit. I guess the stream won't be too long because I assume we're going to be back at it fairly soon. I am so sorry about that. We're not going to have that happen. That was some clown shoe stuff on my part, but I digress. What would you say, Ethan's your favorite match so far out of this 3-pound class we've seen at Norwalk? Hello?
Personally, I gotta go with that Crusher fight. Everybody knows Joe's a good driver.
I was about to say, yeah, inside job. The way that ended just before we went on a break there, absolutely fantastic. I'd love to see that. I do want to say shout out to Death by a Hit. They went through their first round 1 matchup. They're now going to be set up to fight Twin Beasts in its debut match. That's going to be fun to see. Shocked that Diamondback did end up losing to Chubby Unicorn. Of course, we've had quite a few robots win the first half of their match and then have some miraculous spontaneous error. Nothing too uncommon, but just how it comes with robot combat. But I do like the new Black Jagged Inspire setup they have with that robot. Moving on down the bracket, looking at some of these robots here, I do really feel bad for William and William of Sea Dragon's Roar and Backlash Wave. They just haven't had it. We've seen him show some frustration on stream so far, and it's a shame to see his bots just not being able to get it going. Hopefully we can see Backlash Wave pick up some victory, pick up some steam before we end up going on another break here. I'm sorry. Before we see them fighting again. And moving forward here, talk about some of these other robots. Death by the Hit, of course, taking on Twin Beasts. We already discussed that. Shame we saw PGF take a loss there. Excited to see how Blackbird and Wormhole end up facing off against each other. What are some other matches that you've been interested in, or I say interested in seeing upcoming after this break, Ethan?
Just looking at the bracket right now, I'm definitely waiting to see how Titanium versus RC Car with the DIY table saw goes.
Do you think there's going to be anything
However
left of
that goes,
it
I
lost
hope
the
something's at
Omni.
least gone.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
Credit to Titanium
Mini
though. I
Toro
was
and
shocked at
Underbite.
how.
It's gonna be a good.
Oh
fight.
yeah. Vertical spinner versus drum with that one. Very impressive Mini Toro. Impressed with how Revolver holding in that fight. Talking about Botanium though, I'm very impressed with how durable that robot was for being such a tuck tape laden machine. Voxel V1 versus Division, probably my favorite fight that we've seen so far though. And going down just one, we have Mechanical Advantage, who's now 22-0. The streak continues with 16 knockouts now. It beat the Botanium, who we're just talking about being so durable there in that matchup. And now they're taking on Tothix. Now here come the proper challenges. Mechanical Advantage versus Tothix. Who do you think is going to take that one, Ethan?
I gotta say it's gonna be Tothix.
Oh,
It might be close, but it's definitely leaning towards Tothix.
I don't know. I know I've been gassing the bot up for a while now. I've had a whole video about it, but I do like Mechanical Advantage, and I just feel like out of a lot of the NHL regulars, I feel like Tothix is one of the more beatable opponents you could get. I feel like Mechanical Advantage would have that one, but it will be Caldera versus Voxel, meeting up with the winner of that. What's your prediction on that matchup?
I don't actually know. I think Voxel has the advantage there.
Yeah,
mostly because it's the vert.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too. On that one, Caldera does have the mini bot, but I think Voxel, I mean, we've seen it so far. I mean, it didn't exactly have a slouch of an opponent round one division, put up a fantastic match against it. Voxel probably for me too. And in a hypothetical Voxel versus Mechanical Advantage on my end matchup, I think I do got to go with MA on that one too, being the newer robot, the momentum it has. It's been an up and down year for Voxel version 1. They usually make a run like they usually do, but they haven't been able to really break into that deep part of that bracket yet this year. Looking at some of these other matchups, excited to see HypeTrain win their matchup. Great sportsmanship there shown by Triangles, getting the forfeit out, or not the forfeit, the tap out when HypeTrain was showing some issues. Only 35 seconds left on the matchup. We do have Wasabi versus Hive Lighter here. Another matchup I'm interested in is Red Hawk versus Hive Smashin'. On the full video, we talked about Red Hawk versus Hive Smashin' with the Fillibuster team, and they want Hive Smashin'. I think Hive Smashin' will be the better opponent for them too, being the newer, less experienced team of the pair. We've seen Red Hawk a little bit in the past. Talking about some of the other robots. What about your buddy Alexander Archer and Aloft? That was a very impressive robot.
Yeah, a little bit of
Shame they took a bit of a beating, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's had the bot since early this year, and that's pretty much what it did back in March. So at least it won a fight here without getting completely blown apart. But hopefully he's got it fixed for the next fight.
Absolutely. I would really love to see a lob somehow get past Jack Move. I know that's going to be quite the challenge. Jack Move and Andrew Davis. Vertical spinner. It's a tough challenge to take on. Yeah, it might just be flaky. At least the VOD will be good. I would really like to see a Loft versus Inside Job. That would be quite the matchup there. But oops. Let's see what else we got here. Let's talk about the 12-pound class. We haven't talked too much about that yet. NHRL's 12-pound class. Prom Hayda taking on Manufacturer Recalled in an early round matchup. Solarplex versus Toro Jr. We've discussed that match a little bit during our Brazil news video. Definitely think so Toro Jr. will have that. But we did see Toro Mini's opponent give it a little bit of a matchup. Maybe we'll see Solarplex do the same. Very interested in knowing who the driver for the Toros are this year, because I don't recognize him. I'm sure he's an accomplished driver in Brazil or what have you, but I've never seen him compete before, or at least known I've seen him compete before. Moving on down the bracket, we have Jobnall taking on the winner of Otis and Rampan. Love delivering.
Smeezus is, I don't know if he's changed it, but the last few versions have been drive perpendicular to the ground, and the first version was a circle with screws sticking out of it.
So there we go. We have those. Are we back on yet? Okay, we're back on. So we'll go ahead and quickly wrap this up. Once again, I do apologize for the screw up there at the start. I assume that they're gonna be taking probably at least one more lunch break before the end of the stream. So we'll probably maybe even two. I didn't think they would take one so early. So I guess we'll just have to see. In the meantime, though, last matchup I do want to bring up here: Bugsby and Smeezus. Who's your prediction on that one? Because that's gonna be a pretty sick one.
On which one?
Bugsby and Smeezus.